Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Toasty Robot Gamecast, Episode 4. I am your host, Mike, joined by Tyler, Tony, Adam, and Nate. Oh, hi, guys.
Hey, how's it going, man?
You know what? It's fucking been better, man.
What? Are you missing E3 already?
No.
Is this therapy now? Is this...
You guys are retarded assholes.
Did we switch themes? We're not all again?
What are we doing? What?
Talking about Michael's feelings now?
No.
Yeah. This is an emotional podcast.
It's okay to feel sad.
So, Toasty Robot Gamecast, the only podcast where no one has played Arkham Knight yet. The damn shame.
I thought we were going to have to start this, opening up. Everyone's out playing.
Yeah, right? I know.
Right.
Turns out we're broken. No one can afford sweet new games.
Well, we had PCs, we'd be boned.
I do have a PC.
Are you boned?
Are you playing Arkham Knight on your PC?
No, I can't afford it anyway. I won't save up the money to play it till well after they patch that game.
Well, hey, if you buy an Xbox One, you get it for free. I think it's for free. Is it for free?
Yeah, but then I have to own an Xbox. So.
Is that a thing? Oh, yeah. Burn. Suck it, Bill Gates.
I don't know. I don't know. I still hear that the PS4 version of that game is the version to beat. That's the one that everybody, whenever they talk about how bad the PC port is, they're like, yeah, it's really bad. Get it on Xbox if that's your only option, but you really need to get it on the PS4. That's so weird.
PS4 is fucking bananas lately, man.
This is so. You remember how it was such a huge during the PS3 360 era, multi-platform games, the 360 was always the one to get. You never got the technical superior version on the PS3. It's cool.
Well, I mean, it goes back to the Xbox. Whenever they're doing PC ports, they always brought them to the Xbox.
Yeah. Only to the Xbox.
Morrowind, and that's the only one I ever played because I don't need a life.
Doom 3.
Well, I know why they did that, though. I mean, it's still using the same engine, DirectX, to run all the games.
Yeah,
so,
that's why it's called. That's why it's called the Xbox. I really wish they would have stuck with that and just called it the Direct Xbox. That would be really fucking funny if they had kept that name. Or that original concept for it that was just a big silver X. Do you remember that?
I do.
Oh, it was.
I got to see a picture of it just the other day. I was reminded that it existed.
Man, that was the first concept for it, and I was like, I want that in my house. I want that big dumb silver. It looks like something they'd give away as a prize on Nickelodeon Guts or something.
You climbed the aggro crag. Here's this big letter X.
It was so fucking American, man. They should have kept it. They should have kept it. So how you guys feeling after that E3 week, man? That was a lot of stuff.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah?
Overwhelmed, yeah. But in a good kind of overwhelmed, definitely.
I don't know. I'm looking back on a lot of stuff now, thinking I'm really excited.
Are you? I don't know, that hype quote we did. Looking back now, it's all man, that was an E3.
That was a good E3. I say that's a good E3 because every company showed something that I have interest in.
Microsoft brought Gears of War. It's important. PlayStation brought Last Guardian. Final Fantasy brought Shenmue. Nintendo brought the Muppets. Super important.
Why isn't Doug Bowser doing their promotional stuff?
Because he's the villain.
Yeah, but Reggie feels
Sammy
inappropriately or whatever. I don't know.
Feels May.
Yeah, but his name feels too French for me.
Reggie Fils Amiibo.
What?
This is where we're just gonna say a word and we're gonna rhyme as many words with it as possible.
No, but how cool would that be if they came out with amiibos of Reggie and Iwata and Miyamoto?
I almost would just want to buy it just to have it. Yeah,
just a 3-pack. The Nintendo CEO pack.
Would one of them have the special power of cluelessness? Or
yeah.
You still can't make him good at Smash Brothers. No matter how much you train him.
Use the Reggie amiibo for all of those VR games Nintendo's not making and let him get pissed off about it.
I like that guy.
I do too. When he first came on a few years back, I forget which E3 it was. He came out there, he's like, Nintendo is about making games and kicking ass. And it was yeah, they are! Go Reggie! There's this big giant dude coming out there, real kind of intimidating sort of attitude that he had. he was like the kick in the ass that Nintendo needed at that time, and it worked too, man. I mean, obviously, look what the Wii did, you know?
Yeah.
That
That
guy
guy's going on stage saying things like, "We're a company still."
Yeah, or pulling tiny devices out of his pockets. I think he beat Steve Jobs to the punch on that one. He was always. It was so funny too because it was like, we've got this new handheld. Here it is. Take it out of pocket. Hold for photo op. Put it back. Moving on.
We should take a moment to remind everybody that this is nowhere near as biased as it all sounds.
No, I thought it was cool. I liked it. I liked it because at the time I forget who. I want to say, who was doing Microsoft conferences around that time? Was it Phil Spencer coming out on stage for them?
Sorry, whenever people say Phil Spencer, I always think of Phil Spector, but that's completely unrelated. Phil.
Yeah, that's that stabby guy, right?
Yeah, the stabby producer. Producer of stabs.
That is the most dated joke you've ever made.
I'm an old fucking dude. Wait, what do you mean old? It's like only a couple years. Anyway, we're off topic.
I don't know. I'm missing. Who's the Sony guy? Jack. The one before the last was like the last one that he did. I don't know. Jack. It wasn't Jack. I keep wanting to say Jack Thompson. That's not right though.
No, that's the guy who hates fucking video games.
Right. Yeah. What the fuck was his name? Whatever.
If we can convince
Jack. That guy was cool. He was the dude that gave the mic drop that year when PS4 totally crushed it at E3 with like shooting down all of Microsoft's.
Yeah,
PR
but they could have
and
given
stuff.
that to like anybody, like a kid with Asperger's, and he'd have fucking done a mic drop, dude. Okay, they could have given that to fucking anybody. That guy who was calling the fucking Nintendo World Championship, he would have crushed it.
Yeah.
The 9-year-old Asian kid?
What, that guy?
No, that 9-year-old Asian kid.
The shouty kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name?
9-year-old Asian kid.
9-year-old Asian kid who made that really awful joke.
Oh.
I wanted it to be our tagline for all the episodes. Toasty Robot Podcast. Is it a kid? Or is it a squid?
He said it was a trick question.
Nobody laughed.
Nobody is still.
So what's been going on since E3? You guys been playing any games or anything? What have y'all been getting into this week?
Old school in it.
Old school in it, yeah? What have you been getting into?
Went down into the crypt to pull out the PS2.
Uh-huh.
Threw it down on my 50-cent copy of SX3.
How's that hold up after all these years?
It's
still awesome?
pretty.
Yeah, really?
It's still pretty.
Okay.
It reminds me of how, like, each new generation I get shittier and shittier at older generations. Because apparently, like, my thumbs get acquainted to, like, one way, and now I'm like, nah.
Yeah, no, I always said that, like, my 12-year-old self could kick my ass at video games now. Just got too used to hand-holdy tutorials and follow this waypoint to thing that
like, I'm still amazed at how tiny the Nintendo, the old NES fucking controller is. When I pick it up now, I'm like, huh?
Just cuts into your hands.
Oh man, it's like not even that.
I threw in Shadow of the Colossus after E3. And I was like, I'm hyped. I'm gonna do this thing. And then
okay.
I got through the opening cutscene, got on the horse, and I don't remember what to do next. And then I was trying to find a mini map or something that was point me which way to go. And I was, do I really want to invest this much time in this right now? Like, is it?
You hold the sword up.
You're not gonna tell me what to do. I don't think I really want to do this right now. I stopped playing Shadow of the Colossus.
It's immediately too hard. I'm done.
Yeah, like I didn't want to invest in time. Like I don't know, like I wanted to play a game, but I didn't want to think about it, and the game was like immediately making me have to exert energy.
Damn, dude.
Nah.
Oh, we're so spoiled. We're so spoiled. Last Guardian's gonna be really fucking hard.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
it's not that I got bad at games or anything. I don't know. Maybe it was just because I was in a really shitty mood. But like I don't know. I was just like, no. Fuck you for not telling me what to do.
Yeah.
Wow.
My patience with games has gone down a lot over the years. Like I've still pretty much straight since February have only been playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I don't know why. I really don't know why.
Did you play the fun new class with the butt chin?
What?
The new one. There's a new character. New thing you can select. And the default model has a really big butt chin.
There was always a butt chin.
Was there?
Yeah.
I thought that was one they just added for that blue-haired gold guy expansion.
I don't know. There may be. I
The
haven't.
official name of it?
Yeah, blue
Yeah,
hair
we'll
gold.
go.
Yeah.
I haven't made any new characters since that last DLC came out. But yeah, there was always a butt chin. Gotta have a butt chin. If you're gonna have a create a character mode, you need a face ass. Like straight up. Like I never use that, but I take comfort in knowing it's there.
Do you do the laugh whenever you have the butt chin or the ball chin?
What laugh?
You know the laugh.
Do I?
No, I think that's why I asked.
That's exactly why I asked.
Eh.
Oh God! How'd these get up here? No, because it's like well, no. Peter Griffin has the actual testicle chin, not like the ass.
Okay, so this is the full-blown butt chin.
Yeah, this is a butt
This
chin.
is straight up.
And there's balls on your face.
That's a different game.
I just popped in Rage for the first time recently.
Oh right, yeah. I want because I've been giving you shit about being id fanboy #1 and never played Rage.
Yeah, I was missing out on something apparently. Like
Yeah.
I really like that game. It sucked me right in. It gave me a feel sort of like Borderlands did when I first popped it in. It was like, oh, explore, do this, do that, objectives. I like those kind of games. It felt nice. Weirdest thing ever that I noticed though, the rendering. I'm running this off of a 360.
Yeah.
And I noticed like
real bad in that game. But there was a lot of technical reasons why it was that way when they were explaining like what they had to do to actually make that game run on consoles and stuff, and they came up with this because it's a really good looking game.
Oh, it definitely is, and it did not take away from the gameplay whatsoever. I'm still like digging it.
Yeah, that game, like I remember when that first came out, like just like kind of being sort of mind blown by how good it looked, and even some games now still kind of don't measure up to what they were doing with that game.
I mean, it has a way with the way they make their graphics. The way I think it's all to do with the lighting.
It's got a really and nothing else, because I think that was the last game that used that id Tech engine, and it might have been the only one to use it because I'm pretty sure Doom is running off of the new Doom is running off of a different engine, a whole new like reworked engine.
Has to be.
Well, I mean, more powerful hardware is going to make an older engine like look better, but I think they did like scrap what they were working on and come up with a new engine. But
I will say that game was awesome.
Like in Rage, cool. Yeah, you're
definitely.
gonna stick with it. You're gonna try to see it through to the end.
Oh, definitely. I'm going to play that one through the end. Like, there's no doubt about it. It just kind of just like I said, sucked me in.
So how much do you have completed?
I've only played like 2 hours worth of the gameplay so far.
Okay,
I mean, it's a decent amount. I mean,
yeah,
it's enough for me to base anything.
That's enough to like. I mean, it's an id game, man. Like,
I'm a busy guy. What can I say? But at the same time, like you said, it's an end game. I know what to expect out of this game. It's playing just like Borderlands. I like Borderlands. It's an awesome game.
Amazing.
So I know how this is gonna play out.
Did you get a rocket launcher yet?
No, but I can't wait.
Okay, yeah, because
it being
I know
an id
there's
game,
going to be.
what's the character development like? Never mind. No, I'm just...
That's a trick question, man. That
Are you
was a
talking
trick
about
question.
like how that AI like reacts to you? Like,
No, he's making a joke. He
Oh,
just
yeah,
laugh.
yeah.
Are you a squid or a kid?
You play Borderlands?
No laughter. Yes, I played Borderlands. I have it for 360.
So Rage is not the first game you've ever played that's not Doom 3.
Yes,
Wow.
correct. Yeah. No,
Wow.
an actual ID title that's not Doom. Yes.
Put the stick down, man. You've already beat that horse enough.
No, it's okay. He has rights to beat me with the Doom thing because I'm so totally addicted. I mean, you can even ask my girlfriend. Like, she's just like, that's all he plays.
Was that a plug in there?
What?
Guys, I have a girlfriend.
Well,
I do something other than Doom.
Oh yeah. You know.
I brought one home.
That's really what I found. No.
Achievement unlocked. All right.
Where's the Xbox sound?
So, post E3 weeks are usually kind of weak on news, but like we actually pulled a surprising amount of stuff this week. Like not even really directly related to E3 either. So a lot of stuff that I found kind of interesting. The first thing, which was a huge bummer to me that I saw, was EA and BioWare saying that there will not be a remastered Mass Effect trilogy. That sucks. This has been rumored for a while. Like there was like even as far back as like right when the PS4 and the Xbox One were launching, there were listings showing up on like foreign retailers and stuff saying that yeah, it's coming, but nothing was ever like substantiated. But then here they come out like right after E3, coming off of the hype of Mass Effect Andromeda, and said that that's where all of their efforts are being focused right now, and there are no plans to remaster the
So that should not bum you out at all.
It does. It does.
Well, if they're focusing all their efforts on Andromeda, they want Andromeda to crush it.
Yeah, but like it will, I mean that game is going to be okay.
Well, yeah, but you don't want it to crush it on the merit of, hey, it has a name.
Well, no.
I mean, each Mass Effect did deliver because they actually worked in each one. It's not
it's
not like pumping out a sequel.
I don't know. I just would kind of like to see those games released on like something that has a little more technical fidelity, because those games are a little wonky. I wouldn't mind seeing.
I think that's more of like the whole like Mass Effect Uncanny Valley kind of thing that they had going through the entire game.
Well, Mass Effect 1 is already on the backwards compatibility thing on the Xbox. And everybody's like, not even remastered, just like running on an Xbox One. Everybody's all like, this game's good now.
Nah, I've heard conflicting arguments about that. I heard that it's actually surprisingly janky. Yeah.
I don't know. I've read like 4 articles where everybody's all like, it runs smoother and looks better and isn't bad now.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen it go both ways. I mean, having not had any hands-on time with that version, which is funny to me that that's the only one that's on there, because that one was the one that was Microsoft published. So, as of this point, fat chance of seeing Mass Effect 2 and 3 come up unless they get the licensing back from EA, which that's a weird thing. Like, why? I don't understand like why that's how the backwards compatibility thing works. It's like it's strange that they would have to go to all of these developers and publishers and stuff to get the licenses back again.
Yeah, rework all the...
Like, why wasn't that something that was kind of taken into account, like, from the get-go? Like,
because the makers of future technology don't think about the future.
Well, still, though, it's like...
I mean... No, that's really the truth, actually.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's why archival is a huge fucking problem in this industry. Again,
goddamn nightmare.
That's going to come up, I think, on probably every episode. It's a huge problem. But it seems weird that you wouldn't have, like, something built in. So does that mean that the second that game hit, the licenses just expire immediately? Like...
Which is like shitty business practice anyway.
Yeah, it really is.
I wonder how that does work exactly. I mean, they are voiding the...
I don't know. It's a mess. I mean, and then to take into account that, there's certain games that will never see a release, like, regardless of if, they have if it's, like, trivial to do so, just certain publishers aren't around anymore, certain companies don't exist. There's nowhere for the money to go.
Yeah.
I mean, you can pretty much bank on any, like, first-party Microsoft stuff is going to show up. Like, the list of the 25 games that they have available to work with the backwards compatibility right now, not really that impressive, like, at all. Mostly a bunch of, like, XBLA games. And I think Mass Effect is the only one that was, like, a disc-based game that works right now. Everything else was downloadable stuff.
Wasn't a couple of those on the... the retro games?
Yes, it was.
And
that's what I made my case about this last time we talked about this. This is not a big deal as everybody wants it to be.
I'm sorry, I slept through that part. My bad.
I mean, that's fair, but I've
E3 was
made this case.
Exhausting, dude.
I've already made this case. This backwards compatibility thing was fun for its headlines and its buzzwords. It's not gonna surmount the things they think people want it to surmount to.
Yeah.
But right now, the retro thing, like, or the Rareware games that, from what I understand, is like crushing. Like, it's doing the best as far as, like, everything coming out of E3, like all the sales, pre-orders, and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, because it's the value proposition there. It's really good. Like, we used to see a lot of these types of compilations, like in the the non-online connected consoles. Your PlayStation 2s, Xboxes, things like that. Companies were always releasing these big compilation discs and stuff, and it wasn't until PSN and XBLA like kind of got more popular where they decided to stop doing those because they could get $5 for one of these games out of you rather than selling you this big package for like $30-$40. I miss those days. I liked being able to buy like the disc that had like 30 classic games on it. Like
that Sega Genesis collection for the PS3 is best $20 ever spent.
Actually, I have the same one for the 360.
Shining Force was my poison.
So between like the Rare collection and then like the Mega Man Legacy collection come out, it's nice to kind of see these compilations come back at like a good price point.
Okay, we all agree that we like Rare collection or retro collections like that, stuff like that. But what I'm getting at is the fact that that thing is still selling, like, just on people showing interest. The Rare collection, even though those are like the first 3 titles that they list on the backwards compatibility is Banjo, Banjo-Tooie, and the other one.
Yeah, it's
the other one.
I'm curious to see what that's gonna do, like when that game comes out, the Rare Collection, if that's gonna mess with the prices of like these, like the retro games, like by themselves. Is that going to bring them down? And I only bring that up because one of the stories that we have here was the when GameStop started selling retro games again.
They're back into like the old 8-bit.
Yeah.
Did you look at the website?
Yeah, I've looked at the website.
That is a lot of that stuff on there. Not awful on price points. A lot of it.
Some of it really fucking is though.
Some of it really, like Conker's Bad Fur Day. For the N64 is being sold for, retail price, like when it first came out. $60.
Like, yeah, but here it is for $1 on this Rare Collection.
I would totally buy the Rare
No,
Collection.
I see what you're saying. I do. But, if I was going to want a physical copy of Conker's Bad Fur Day, I know that I'm going to get those hours and drum. I'd pay $60 for it.
No.
I would.
The $60, I think, is more focused more towards the collector's market. How many copies of...
But my problem with it is more packaging. They don't specify anywhere on
you
there.
Have no. It is a complete fucking blind grab as to whether or not you're going to get a complete version of one of these games, and that's why it's ridiculous to charge these prices for it.
Yeah, no, I agree with, because that's my big problem.
I mean, some of it is like really, like, especially when you're talking about like disc-based games and things like that. With a cartridge, okay, fine. Those sort of get a free pass.
I mean, we went to that I forget what it's called, that little indie video game store in Beaufort we go to.
Yeah.
That's selling like the full box copy of like Ocarina of Time for like $140.
Yeah,
because it's the collector's market.
Yeah. No, I get it, but
that's fine. I can understand that.
You know where I've seen this before?
Where?
Comic books.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like I personally, that's where I've seen this before. Where like the collectors pushing like this, they're driving up the value of all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Who's to say that they're not going to start like churning out this shit now? Like they're going to fire up the old plastic mold machine and start like running out these ROMs to try to bump up the market a little bit.
It could happen. I mean, it has happened.
And when you flood the market, you get a extraterrestrial, interesting situations like that.
So what you're saying is retro gaming has come to doom us all again.
No. I like retro gaming.
I think we're kind of on the precipice. If for nothing else, this is going to put things back in like the forefront of people's minds again. Once again, that Rare Collection, while most of those games don't really appeal to me, that is a fantastic value proposition.
Oh, definitely.
If most of those games are probably listed on GameStop's website, aside from like the arcade ports and stuff like that. And I mean, I've seen not so great games. They're wanting it was like $14 for like Mega Man 2 on the NES. Mm-hmm. But then you've got coming up soon that Mega Man Legacy Collection. That's $14 for 6 Mega Man games.
$14 for that?
But I don't think it's going to affect it that much. The price comparison.
I don't think it'll affect what GameStop is doing. I bet this will drive down eBay prices. I mean, it's happened before. With a lot of things. A very specific example I can think of is Marvel vs. Capcom 2, where that game can be had like pretty cheap now. But at the time, used copies of that at GameStop, I mean, you were like going for $100 at GameStop, like in store.
But I think GameStop is it's two different appeals. People like Pat Contry, James Rolfe, guys like that are in because they're kind of like the archivists. Mm-hmm. As far as the visual medium, being able to hold it and see it and see this is what it used to look like. But they're not the archivists for like what we're talking about, having these collections for archival purposes. Yeah. Like, I think they both serve a function.
They do. They absolutely do.
And so I think the price on each won't actually affect it that much. Just because Conquerors is more available now on disc with the collection.
Cartridge.
I don't think it's going to affect the cartridge that hard. Because people are paying that kind of money for how rare that cartridge is.
Yeah, but they are. But then there are people who are like, oh man, I really want to play, I want to play Conker's Bad Fur Day again. And then
they have a disc for that.
Yeah, they have. That's available to them. Whereas, literally like 2 weeks ago, you hit up online, you look at eBay prices for that game. I mean, it's like 60, 70, sometimes $80 in certain cases. Those will see a drop off in value. I'm only saying that because I have seen it happen. It has happened.
I just think for crap like that, they're not buying the cartridge. They're buying the box. That's what they want.
See,
which is where they could end up it could end up biting them in the ass with them doing it this way. Because like you're saying, it being a blind grab like that, it's going to affect
Yeah.
I guarantee
market.
you, if you buy a used N64 game off of GameStop's website, you will not get a box.
No, that's perfectly fair.
For any of them.
You'll get a box. You won't get maybe the right box or the box.
Right, you will get that cartridge in a fucking sealed envelope, man. That's what's gonna happen.
And it'll say UPS.
Well, they put them in the
or
those
USPS.
fucking Blockbuster things. Is how they ship them out. Like,
Yeah,
they put them in the, they have maybe they got them from a Blockbuster. I don't know, but they
well,
put them
they're
in.
not using them.
Yeah, they put them in plastic cases and.
But yeah, no, I mean, that's the same thing as not having the box.
No, I get it.
I'm saying you're not gonna get complete in-box copies of any cartridge-based games.
But that's what I'm saying. Though. That's what the GameStop is banking on. That's why people want those things, is because they want the cartridge, but they want it in the box with the instruction manual. And
if that's going to be the case, then they need to really reevaluate how they've got that little online store set up and have different prices for complete versions of the game.
So you're saying is they see dollar signs, but they see dollar signs for the wrong reasons.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that's
okay,
GameStop.
I'll give you that.
That's just fucking GameStop.
Right.
No.
No. I'm not defending these cats. Amazon is your friend.
I don't think that a rare collection is going to drive the value down on those games immediately, because people that want those games aren't buying those games to play. They're buying those games to have the box art and the instruction manual and everything on their shelf.
People had the same fear when they started doing the Marvel Milestone collection and stuff like that with comic books. Mm-hmm. Okay, now I can get Amazing Fantasy 15 for $3. For $3, excuse me, $3, whatever.
Yeah.
$3. And they were worried that it was going to drive down the value. But no, some cat ended up dropping $100,000 on the fucking Amazing Fantasy. Not that much.
Yeah, no, there's definitely,
he still dropped a chunk of change
because
on
it's
the original.
You always want the original
I think that's
thing
kinda
for sure. But for instance, someone like me who just kind of wants to play those games again, I could give a rat's ass what form it's available in, just as long as I get to play the game. I mean, I know I'm not the only one that feels that way either. I can't be.
No, I'm just for the archival. I don't to collect. That's work. And I have jobs.
It damn sure is.
I mean, and that's not taken away from anybody that does collect, but I'm that's a level of commitment that I'm not ready to put a ring on, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm with you. I for some things I think it works better than others. Compilations of fighting games are one where
would be freaking sweet.
I'm always excited when they do something like that. There were some good ones on the PS2, the Street Fighter Alpha games. They did a collection on the PlayStation 2, and that was awesome because that meant I don't have to hook up my PS1 or my Dreamcast or anything anymore to play these kind of bad versions of these games anymore. Here you go. You have arcade perfect, all on one disc, on your relevant console that you're playing right now. That's great. Keep doing this, regardless of your feelings of the rare thing. It's a good move, and I want to see more of it for sure.
Just putting a bunch of games on one disc together.
It's just like the orange box.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. I want to see more of it. What does it say?
Well, it's just like the orange box.
The orange box was
I was like, what? There's Half-Life 2 in here, and then you got Portal, and what's this Team Fortress thing? And then I found out, I was like, holy hell,
yeah,
I got three great games.
Great value proposition.
Actually, and I snagged that before it got really rare to find, and I was really impressed. It was actually at a GameStop. I got it for $25 or something. Yeah. Super cheap. I was like, shit, man.
I paid full price for that when it came out. I was really excited for that. But
it's totally worth the full price.
It absolutely is.
Michael was with me when I found mine at GameStop for $15.
But it was just because they had all three games in one. They were all great games. And even if you buy a disc that has a bunch of games that you don't want to play, but there's one on there, but you have all the other ones.
Yeah.
Say, I just want to randomly play one.
I spent $20 for how many's on that collection for the Genesis one? I spent $20 to play
40
two games.
Yeah. But it was so much easier to get those two games right there on that than it would have been.
Let me tell you,
I was immediately reminded
why
about
it's
how
a better
difficult
idea,
Shining Force
is.
Why it's more bang for your buck. Even if you're buying it for two games, I went to GameStop. I paid $20 for that Genesis collection. Mm-hmm. I wanted to play Phantasy Star. I knowingly spent $20 because I wanted to play Phantasy Star. That's it.
Yeah, or you could have spent $20 to buy Phantasy Star.
Michael, I had Steven. I had other people who would come over to my house, or I'd take the game over to their house. And they were all like, all these other games we want to play around here. And I was like, we have them all on this disc. And I played every game on that disc with at least one other person who was more excited about playing that game than I was. And I had them all right there. I didn't have to jump through any hoops.
Are you more Golden Axe or Streets of Rage?
Alter Beast.
Now you're using that pedigree. I'm going to throw you outside.
Altered Beast was never a good game.
I'll tell you, out of that whole entire disc, I only played Rystar.
Wow.
And I kind of liked Rystar.
No, Rystar's cool. Rystar's cool, but that's been available on every other Sega compilation that's ever existed.
Yeah.
You get the fuck out of here. There's the door.
I should probably like play some of the other games at some point. But
it serves a function like what we were saying archivally, because now, like, my son has a reference point for what I mean by a game's being fucking hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now he knows where, you know, like, now if he pops in a ninja game, I can point him to Shinobi and be like, this is what we had to deal with.
We had an NES game called Karate. There wasn't any karate.
Our sneaking was hoping our mom didn't catch us up at like 2 in the morning playing this shit.
Yeah. But regardless of feelings, I want to see more of those. You know, if for no other reason than just to make me happy. Fuck you guys. I don't care. I want collections of games on a disc.
You know what's weird, though? Like, that market only applies to me for video games, like...
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah,
like,
no, I'm kind of with you on that.
I will happily... Like, you've seen me do it. Like,
I hate dual packs of DVDs. Yeah, no, fuck that.
Like, I've passed up, like, 3 packs of movies for the individual copies. Like, fucking me and when we went and bought the Turtle movies, like...
Yeah.
Steven bought, like, the $15 one that had just all 4 on one disc. It's like, nah, I want them all in their own case.
No.
I spent, like...
No. I still do the same thing. I got all 3 Blu-ray.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. Like, we went and I hate it. I don't know why. I fucking hate having more than one movie on the same disc. So I'll spend all that extra money to have, like, individual copies.
The Blu-ray actually 3 disc.
Is it?
It's 3 disc. And the same level
I bought
of
the one
shitty
that had,
features that the original DVD had.
Yeah, well,
I'm like, come on, this is Blu-ray. You could put something on there.
Yeah. I mean, my video games fucking
The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle
stack
game.
all of my
play
games
with
on one disc. I'm
Yeah.
just every game ever just on one
I'll
disc.
play
I'm
with
fine
my Blu-ray remote.
This won't be a problem. Eventually, we won't have discs anymore, and then I can be happy finally.
I don't know how to feel
No,
about
you can
that.
have more.
You'll feel however they want you to feel when they don't give you a choice anymore.
No, it's, and I don't know if it's because, like, this is probably kind of weird coming from a computer enthusiast, but I don't really almost, like, trust hard drives and technology because I'm constantly replacing them all the time.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how
yeah.
reliable this
Yeah.
thing is actually going to be
But
because
it's
they
all-
could just crap out at
It's
any
all in the cloud, man.
Yeah,
You
but see,
don't have to
like,
worry
you
about
have to look at
that.
it like this. What you do in the field of technology is kind of the same thing like gynecologists do in the field of anatomy. After a while, you're like, you see the worst.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you're like,
know what?
not really my bag anymore.
That's actually a very valid point.
That's gross. that was a gross thing to say.
But, I mean, you know,
You're fired also.
Inaccurate.
good point, though.
Kind of.
All right, so moving on from that, just a real quick thing, because I feel like it was mentioned here at one point when they were showing all the stuff for Fallout 4. Someone in the room said, you know you're going to be sad when the dog dies.
Oh, yeah.
So that's not a thing. Bethesda came out and
wasn't.
said that the dog cannot die. So that makes me happy, because I don't want to have to babysit the dog the whole time and then get all sad and butthurt when it...
Yeah, but we're really excited about a game where we have to babysit a huge, giant dog bird thingy.
That's different. That's the main mechanic in that game.
Okay, I don't know anything about Fallout. I haven't ever played Fallout, but I want to play this new one that's being launched. Why is there such big...
there?
Oh, wait, but, like, what,
I didn't make it to Fallout 4.
why
I was
is it
really
so
focused
bad
on
if the
Doom.
dog dies? What's the big?
Because it's
issue
your
behind that?
buddy, man. Like,
Well, okay, so then it's gonna be like, oh Yeller just died.
yeah, you're gonna build up a bond
dogless.
with
Sorry,
the dog.
were you not sad when Old Yeller
Shadow of
died?
the Close.
Well, I mean, the dog
Yeah.
did help him out, so I
was playing-
Wow.
Red Dead Redemption.
Uh-huh.
This is relevant.
Okay.
I got attached to the horse. I was like, okay, I got to make sure this horse stays safe because I worked hard for that horse, man. That horse cost me like $300. Anyway, the point.
That's a lot of money in fucking Old West times. That's a whole pouch of coins.
That was a lot of murdered people. Okay.
One horse,
but I was
please.
like, really,
Clang.
like, I was like, okay, like he's become my friend in the game.
Uh-huh.
Not in real life. I have real friends somewhere. But
Hey.
I come walking in, and my son's playing the game. And there's like a skinned horse on the ground, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Oh, I accidentally shot my horse. I figured I'd make some money off of it. I'm like, Wow, he's not gonna give two twisted shits on whether or not that dog dies in Fallout, dude.
Honey, we raised a sociopath. We gotta try again.
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting there like worried. I'm like, And he got into like a thing where he would hunt. He would hunt cows. He was hunting cows. He was like James Marsden was stalking cow.
Was he like tactically like sneaking up behind them?
Yes, he was behind a tree, like
I want this cow to run off.
Baiting traps. I'm like, it's a cow. The hunting is like you just walk up to it and it's done.
God, man, you know how much money you could save annually by just paying the $15 for the new Cabela's game every year? Sounds like that's all he wants to do.
No. He got into the other stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, my kid knows how to play poker. He's not very good. He got a shitty poker face. I take all his money.
No high C for you tomorrow, motherfucker.
No, but like that was like one of the jarring. I mean, he plays the game legitimately. It was just that one day I walked in and I'm like, "You skin your horse? He died. I gotta make money."
Oh.
Like, I don't know whether to be mad at you for skinning your horse or proud of you for being like really economically aware.
You know? He made the right decision. I feel like, all joking aside, the grown adult whose digital dog dies and they sit by it for an hour going, "No!" Yeah. That's the dude with the problem.
Damn, I actually can't really argue that point.
I mean, we all laughed at Jack when he cried. When
He did cry in Shadow of the Colossus. We had a buddy. And it's not an accident. It's actually written into the story. In that, spoilers, your horse dies. Dude fucking cried like openly in a room full of guys, and we're like, "Whoa, dude."
I mean, I cried. I'm not gonna lie about that.
No, I mean,
that was
but
a harsh
like,
moment.
yeah, but you hopefully were alone when you did it.
You were away from Judge.
I feel like I would have cried if people were there.
No, I mean,
anyway.
he like, I mean, this wasn't like Atreyu losing his unicorn, man. This was just...
Why? What's wrong with you, man?
No, that was sad.
You know what? You're fired also.
That was the funniest moment in that movie. Of that entire comedy.
Oh, you guys are fucking up. I don't want to have this conversation anymore.
And let's point out to everybody listening, though, that this was not a room where people were feeling apathetic over a digital dog. We were really concerned that they got Marty McFly to do the Fallout.
Gosh,
Yeah.
dude, anytime I think about Fallout 4, I just picture him. Like
This requires way too much explanation
That's fine,
to
I
be
just-
funny right now.
They're
so-
going to be missing something, and I feel good about that.
Moving on.
we got at least put a
Things are
picture
getting
of
too
Marty
hectic.
McFly.
So, Yooka-Laylee, the spiritual successor to the Banjo games.
Is
As,
that 2D?
No, 3D.
Okay.
Yooka-Laylee? Yeah, but so, yeah, that makes me feel old that people are nostalgic for, like, the N64 era now.
We are old.
That sucks.
We are dissatisfied with people on our lawns, dude.
That's fair, yeah.
That's us.
I felt old earlier. It's
Yeah.
okay, you guys.
But, so, Yooka-Laylee finished its Kickstarter at $2.1 million, which I don't know how far into their goal that was, or if that met all of their stretch goals.
Was
or
that
anything
gauging
like that.
interest,
Are you
or was
serious?
that
Like-
actually...
No, I believe that was to actually fund and make this game. They're not like...
I'm pretty sure that was like $1,750,000 overall their stretch goals.
Yeah, it probably was. I don't know how the hell much money could it possibly cost to make a fucking Banjo-Kazooie game anyways. Run around here and pick a thing up. Do it again.
Well, unless you're pushing around a cart.
Did you watch the trailer for it? They make a lovely stab at nuts and bolts in like the first 5 seconds of the demo.
really?
Yeah.
Well, self-awareness is kind of cute, too.
So, yeah. No, that would have been a lot of money if Shenmue 3 hadn't have shown us how to actually make money on Kickstarter.
They're saying that they're going to need 10 to make that. At least, like, Yu Suzuki's like sitting there going, he can do it for 10.
They'll do it.
Like he's negotiating. I can do it for 10. You want a Roman city built? We'll do it for 10.
They'll make it. They'll probably make it. We're still...
Well, not just in that, like the Kickstarter. We already know that Sony's going to be like, well, you know,
Yeah.
we'll float you the rest, dog. You know.
Guess I marked that one off the list.
Don't that shit.
So let's see. So following up the some of the Nintendo stuff at E3, the incredibly disappointing looking Metroid Prime Federation Force. They had a bit of news about the next Metroid Prime, which kind of sounds like not to expect it on the Wii U. That will be on the Nintendo codenamed NX system.
Well, I didn't hear anything about that one.
I don't know. There wasn't much to say about it other than, you know, don't hold your breath for a new Metroid on this console.
Wait, was that in the full interview?
About
Did he discuss that?
It was just a quick kind of...
It was a conversation he had with another person that wrote an article on another website.
Yeah. Okay,
it wasn't like
it was the tough shit headline from that guy.
Yeah. And honestly, look...
No,
yeah.
like
we're talking
about.
Well,
all right, just to put that out into perspective a little bit. So, Metroid Prime Federation Force looks incredibly disappointing, and people have taken to working up a petition online, and it's got about 15,000 signatures on it right now. And the petition is to stop Nintendo from releasing this game.
That's not
to which Nintendo
bad.
replied, "Tough shit. We're making this game. It's coming out."
And then Reggie later gave an interview where he's like, "No, we know what you want.
Okay.
Let us handle this."
But you have
right.
you have to understand where he's coming from on that. Is Reggie Fig Salami came out.
Wait, what did you say?
No. Don't point to it. Don't point to it.
No.
It won't get better if you keep picking at
All
it.
right. I don't want to give him a chance to make another joke. You're right. I'm going to let it go.
I don't know, the way he worded it sounded like, we know you want a Metroid Prime game. I want to tell you that we're doing it, but I'm not, because if I say those words, then literally nobody's going to buy the game we're releasing now, and they're just going to wait.
Yeah. I understand. I'm not painting this guy entirely like a bad
But I'm saying, though, like, I feel like the way he worded it in the interview was him very much saying, we're making it. Just let us have our piece of shit 3DS game.
Yeah,
I love,
it's funny that he assumes anyone's going to buy that game anyways.
Yeah, but I love, like, the takeaway that most people, most coverage is giving it to it is, like, Reggie heard you, fuck your feelings. I mean, like, that was the takeaway they brought. I was like, okay.
And then they commented on, like, I feel like they tried to take a stab at everybody else. I mean, in that same interview, he talked about how we don't announce games unless we can bring that game to the showroom floor and let people play it.
Yeah,
like,
I caught that part.
Well,
which I thought was another big part of it, because, I mean, again, I felt like that was him saying, like, we're making it. Jesus Christ, just let us finish the damn thing.
So it's coming to it's more than likely coming
yeah, because they all but basically said it will not be on the Wii U.
I don't know how to feel about this because I don't know what the NX is really bringing.
Right. For all we know, something like Federation Force is all that thing's going to be capable of. You know?
Like move Samus around by headbutting your cat.
Wait. I think you just made a sale. Do you wanted to say something, Tyler? Or did you forget already?
No, I was just
you blanked for a minute. So
I was just thinking about when we watched that game being displayed at the Nintendo World Championship.
Right, before anybody knew that it was a Metroid game.
Yeah, and I was sitting there like, what the heck are we watching? Are we just watching a trailer, or is this the actual game?
Yeah,
like, it was just like playing soccer with a bunch of mech suits. Like, this does not look anything like...
Wait, we're talking about Blast Force or Federation Force?
The Blast Ball thing. That is Federation Force.
Yeah,
that's the part in that game.
It's in the game.
Something they did during the championships?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were just making two of the same game for some reason.
No.
You're just playing soccer with mech suits.
From what I can gather, Federation Force is just like a minigame compilation, and that was one of them.
Well, I heard it was Metroid 4 Swords.
Kinda,
yeah.
Except not...
Good.
So when we were sitting there watching them play the Blast Ball thing at the World Champions, like we were sitting there thinking, like, what is this game? Like, why are they showing this? And then everyone immediately assumed, oh, this is just some downloadable 3DS bullshit. And we're like, yeah, okay, we're completely in agreement that that's what they were showing then. And then come to find out, no, this is the new Metroid game, you guys. No fucking wonder people are pissed. Like, I get it. I really do. I mean...
So that was a mini game?
Inside
of the game, or was that the game itself?
That was a part of the game.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there will be more.
There will be more.
There's more garbage?
You can expect about that level of fidelity.
Yes, dude, they drink your milkshake.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be that guy, though. I don't want to be so fucking cynical about it. We talked about Fusion Frenzy the other day. Sometimes it's okay just to be drunk and play games.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, but soccer in space compared to just
and mech
I mean, look, if they're going for a party game, I mean, it's no Mario Party, it's no Smash Brothers, but I mean, it's a fucking party game. Like,
I think they got their ideas from Titanfall a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of did look like that.
Actually, when I'm drunk, I like to play dance games.
I also like to get drunk and play dance games.
See, that's just the thing. I don't understand why being intoxicated automatically means you have to play shitty games.
Like Mario Party?
No.
Why would you want
really
to experience
good.
something so dark and emotional and powerful while you're not drunk?
I don't know. I don't have to be.
Do you know how emotionally destroyed I would be if my horse died in Shadow of the Colossus while I was intoxicated?
That sounds like maybe you need
word. Like, I need counseling.
I don't know. I like to get intoxicated and play Street Fighter. Like, a fun game. A real, actual game. Not Smash Brothers.
But see, then I have to
Mario
Party.
Mario Party's great when you have a bunch of people.
Mario Party's never great in any situation.
If you're drunk with a bunch of people and we're all playing 4-player, yeah, hell yeah.
No.
Mario Party's dope in a lot of situations.
No, but what me and Adam are arguing is
That's it.
the hand-eye coordination needed to play while drunk is just me punching a controller until something successfully happens.
And that's fun.
Street Fighter.
That's Street Fighter 2.
It's not Street Fighter.
Yeah, it's fun to watch people fumble with an actual game when they're drunk rather than, still win because it takes so little skill when
I
you're
will
drunk.
pull up YouTube footage of me nailing it on Surfing Bird. It is a real thing. It exists.
You're
Well,
gonna tell me
that's
that,
fine.
you're gonna tell me that on nights that we sit in there and watch SingStar, that guys singing along to Lady Gaga in panda suits aren't drunk?
Yeah, but we were not drunk and we're still enjoying watching those videos.
Yeah, we weren't winning either.
Have you ever done karaoke in a sumo suit?
No, but the guy on the TV did.
I have.
We watched that also. Is that you? Is that you in the SingStar video?
No. I hung out with a different crowd of people back in the day.
All right, I've totally lost sight of what the hell we were even talking about.
The NX.
All right. All right, so more relevant news. Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain possibly getting remastered for the PS4.
Yay.
Yay.
Somebody cue a small clap sound.
We kind of saw that coming. I don't want to talk about that.
Didn't want
It's
me to
done.
do that.
Kind of like the
Done.
golf clap,
That seems like some bullshit, though. Like, anybody who wanted to play Heavy Rain already played it. The ending is ruined.
So
for
wait,
them.
they're
Not true,
Like,
not
no,
true.
no. Let's point this out. Let's point this one out.
Yeah.
They're doing Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls almost like mix the titles together. Remastered, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
No Ellen
Heavy
Page boob
Souls.
or anything like that, right?
Ellen Page.
Right? Correct.
I
But they're
mean,
not going to be doing that with Mass Effect.
There was everybody. Nate's
Not
first
gonna be
time
doing
on
that
the
with Mass
podcast.
Effect.
Isn't that kind of like?
Well, it goes back to the conversation that we had off air about how a lot of PS4 owners did not have PS3s, missed out on a lot of their.
Well,
Like
okay,
first
yeah,
party-
but you don't want games where it's push X here, push X harder.
I like those games. Those.
Sort of like how Mortal Kombat X did the same thing. I kind of like that. That was kind
Well,
of
like the
No.
Walking
We're
Dead.
No.
Dude, this is a
What?
completely entirely different thing. This is a.
What
Rub
the
your,
f-
like the
What?
Walking Dead game. Like
Yeah,
that.
that's what
yeah,
I was
kind of like
thinking.
rub your crotch against something. Until you find it.
Sorta, except every single movement that you make is a quick time event.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Which is cool when I'm taking a break from like slaughtering.
It is not the
Or-
gameplay of those games that are fascinating. It is purely just the story. But I mean, they're still like technically impressive games. Also,
I mean, The Walking Dead was actually the first game that I ever played like that, and that was kind of interesting to me because I was sitting there, I was like, "What is this?"
well, that was.
But it was kind of relaxing because I was just sitting there like, "Okay, I just press the buttons that are on the screen." That's all
See,
the story,
like
you know?
it's just a point and click adventure. That's
Yeah.
really all Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls are. They're kind of just modern takes on the point and click adventure game, like from the PC.
Well, then I
days.
guess my thumb is just too slow. Like, that to me, like actually, just like that's my disconnect. As much as I love a good narrative, that's my disconnect with like the point and click adventure type stories. Is the hit square now to avoid being murdered? Oh, damn it! Now I have to go through this whole thing again.
And
Well,
4 days
see,
later.
that's kind of what was like what I liked
I've stopped
about
myself
what I
from
liked
being
about
murdered.
Heavy Rain is because like you controlled 4 different characters in that, like at different parts
Yeah.
of the story, and if you failed one of the events and a character died, the story continued without that character.
Oh.
It was kind of interesting. It was a cool way to do something like that. Like, so yeah, your guy could die, but that did not mean game over. That just means it goes on and they talk about your guy being dead now. Like it was.
Yeah, but what if I became emotionally invested in that now dead person,
Well,
So-
and I don't
Hugo?
give a twisted shit about the rest of the crew?
I guess.
Looks like that game.
It's funny you say that because this is exactly why I quit playing Heavy Rain. Because I actually really liked one of the dudes in it, and then like I killed him from a drug overdose or something, and I was like, well, I don't want to play this anymore. My favorite guy just died. So
see, that's why it's easier just to go back to like Monkey Island or something.
yeah, that's fair. But so you may get your chance to play those. I don't think it's been announced for us. It's only like an international release so far, but it'll come out everywhere. Moving on. So the Final Fantasy VII remake. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, we were waiting for a reaction, like a squee coming from Adam over here.
So it is just the announcement of the 7 remake has boosted Square Enix stocks higher than it's been since 2008. That's insane.
That's cool.
Is it though?
More funding for the game, so I look at it.
No, you're right, because somebody's not going to option that game. We don't have enough funding for Final Fantasy VII.
They're going to have
We probably should just let that game die then, guys.
It's just strange to me because I feel like Square Enix has kind of been on a tear in the last few years, like better than they've ever been. And like everybody kind of seems to not really care. And this is the thing that raised their stock prices. Like, I'm not surprised. I mean, obviously that was going to happen, but like
this is what it took.
I don't know. I feel like this was a weird time for the 7 reboot because it didn't seem like Square was like in a hole. Like it doesn't seem like financially they need to make this game to save themselves, which is kind of what everybody
especially when you got like what was it Yogi Wada stepping down.
Right,
like,
yeah.
He's like, I'm out. I'm going to work on a thing called Shinra. Wink, wink. And like with their their stock skyrocketing like that, you just got people retire. And here's my resignation. Have fun making all this money.
It's weird. It is weird. I mean, like let's be sure not to gloss over this fact. The Final Fantasy VII remake has the potential to be one of the best-selling games in history, like easily.
Which means they accomplished what they set out to do. That's the point of E3.
Yeah,
it's a press conference, investor handshake, back rub. I was going to throw another word in, but it's what it is. That's all it is. It's like you're piquing investor interest, and mission accomplished. They apparently have piqued enough interest to where people are like, let's throw more money at Square, make sure that their stock is good.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just as excited for the 7 remake as anybody else, but I think people need to take a hard look back and realize that Square has a lot of other stuff coming out, too. They're not just this Final Fantasy factory anymore, not since they acquired Eidos and, are putting out Tomb Raider and Hitman and stuff like that, which are all awesome games.
Yeah.
They're not like the niche RPG company anymore. They don't have to rely on Final Fantasy anymore. I mean, because for all intents and purposes, Final Fantasy has been pretty shit for a long time.
It's also fun to, like, all of their niche RPGs and Final Fantasy games and Kingdom Hearts, right? The games that are, like, coming out, it's just all like, we got games. They're in development.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear? KH3, Kingdom Hearts 3?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they know when they're going to release it.
But they're announcing...
They're not going to tell you.
Can I say it? Can I say it?
Go ahead.
They announced when they're going to announce it, though. So excited.
Tough shit.
So November the 3rd is when we're going to find out when they're going to announce, probably when they're going to announce the game.
So, I don't know, man, like... It's weird in the fact that like the FF7 remake is kind of like overshadowing everything else they've got coming out this
like
year.
That's what you see on like message boards and comments and stuff. It's like, oh, Square's saved. This is it. They did it, you guys. They're gonna be okay. No, they were probably gonna be okay anyways.
I mean,
they still have a much bigger ace in the hole if they ever need it.
They're not gonna remake 9. Just get over it, dude.
No.
Wow.
You know what?
10.
1, fuck you. It was a way better game than 7. But if they ever need money, they'll announce a new Chrono game.
That would probably have maybe not a new one because they tried that, remember, and it was not good. But
did they?
Yeah, Chrono Cross.
You like Chrono Cross?
No.
I mean, it's okay
you
to
did?
be wrong, but that's alright.
No,
I'm just providing the devil's advocate for this.
But no, if they announced a remake of Chrono Trigger would hold just as much weight as a Final Fantasy VII remake. Yeah. That would be a huge fucking deal.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like that's a lot more important than a Final Fantasy VII remake.
Nah, because a lot of people don't know what Chrono Trigger is anymore.
And a lot of people are wrong, and they need to be remedied.
Well, I'm not going to argue that with you at all.
Wow, really?
Yes, really.
Hey, Tyler, what's Chrono Trigger?
I've never played it.
It's not fair. It's not fair to use Tyler against
I know.
No, but it's I don't know. The FF7 remake is kind of overshadowing, not
all
to
the
say that
other
the game,
awesome stuff.
but like
they showed.
Hitman, like their new contract feature, not new contract feature. They actually had the contracts feature before.
Yeah.
But like the way they said that they were revamping it and redoing it, that sounds really fucking fun. Because you're not only just like putting up stuff where you're like, hey Adam, go kill that guy. That's my stuff that I put online. No, you can actually make it like a full sandbox experience. Like, not only just assigning a target, but like putting said target in a place where it's like, okay, the field is open. Have a day. You know.
This is like totally like Hall of Fame material right here.
What is?
Final Fantasy VII.
Oh yeah, absolutely
Just
is.
as a side note.
That's not fair. That's like saying, man.
Oh,
Pick up
No,
the
no,
frame.
no.
good one.
No.
Good one.
I thought I was waiting for him to say something. Like, he looked like he was going to say something else, so I just like stopped mid-thought, like I was going to let him respond.
Man. All right.
I mean, just like think about the criteria.
Oh, I mean,
No, yeah.
it's getting a remake. It met all the criteria. You know, I mean, honestly, if you think about
The
it,
globe collectively shat its pants. Yeah.
it did. It smelled a bit like poo in that room when they announced it. I smelled
Great, huge materia poo. But anyway.
materia poo. The brown materia.
Hey.
All right.
Other news.
So, awesome games that we always wished would come out. Not Final Fantasy. Beyond Good and Evil 2 doesn't look like we're getting that one.
Did we all want that to come out, though?
I really fucking did.
It was okay.
I
Like, it was
really
fair.
did.
I mean, I like Beyond Good and Evil, but I was never like on the edge of my seat, like, man, I'm going to get that sequel sometime in the next 4 decades.
I'm not like that with really any game, though.
I didn't finish it.
It's good, man. It's
So
good.
maybe if I finish it, I'd be like, needs a sequel. Or if they wrapped everything up, I'm like, no, we're good.
Yeah. I don't know. I was really excited for a sequel to that game. I really enjoyed the first one. It was like not crappy Zelda. Feel free to unsubscribe at that comment or that viewpoint, because I'm not gonna change it. I don't like Zelda.
What?
I just, usually when he says stuff like that, I just say, it's okay that you're wrong, and we just move past it.
Yeah, that's fine.
World doesn't end.
I'm trying to figure in the Zelda comparison.
What, Beyond Good and Evil?
Yeah.
Oh, it was very much like Zelda.
Camera, stick.
We're just like saying mean things about Zelda. There's not really any rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah, that's fine.
How do you feel about Lego Jurassic World? Zelda sucks.
Fuck So the creator, Michel Ancel, who's also the guy that was behind all the Rayman games and stuff, got all tied up with Rayman, and I don't even think he's at Ubisoft anymore. So I don't think that game is ever gonna come out, and that's a bummer.
I love Rayman.
Yeah, Rayman's pretty cool.
He's a cool dude.
It's not as cool as Beyond Good and Evil, though. It's not happening. I'm sad.
Because it was better than Zelda.
Better than Zelda.
Camera, stick.
But Michael never gets this way about games. But he's so depressed now.
Yeah. I'm all Eeyore and shit.
Oh, man.
It is warm in here, isn't it?
It's so hot.
It is so hot.
I think it's all this hostility.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
If you would just agree with my Zelda sucks viewpoint, like,
How dare I argue with the host?
the mood would get a lot better.
Like,
Oh, I
which one
can't
are we
find
talking
Michael
about? But there's a
something.
field of options for that. Like, this one sucks, man. Like,
guess.
there are some like good ones, and then there are some that are.
Yeah, that's all of them to me. It is a very take it or leave it series for me.
That's
Not-
because there's a black spot on your heart.
that's okay.
Well, there's no counter argument, so I got nothing either.
Yeah,
I was all prepared for that.
It's so hard, right? Like, he doesn't ever defend it. Zelda sucks. Yeah?
Let's do this.
Alright.
I'm not prepared to have a fight about it. I'm that little invested that it's just... That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it, and I will put my fingers in my ears when you try to explain to me why it's good.
That's why arguing with Michael is such a fucking chore. Because he's never prepared to, like, argue. He's just like, this is my opinion. And then just, like, leans back. It's like, I don't have anything to go off!
That's what makes it entertaining, man. You're like, no, I think you're wrong. But we're not going to discuss it, apparently.
Yeah,
We made that decision, I believe.
So to me, if I make my point and then the conversation ends, I kind of win, right? Like, that's what that means.
No,
isn't it?
not really.
It's just.
Well, I mean, that's your
No,
opinion.
It's a
No, I'm just arguing right now.
I mean, I guess it's good for self-soothing, I guess, but maybe not witty.
Okay. All right.
Makes me happy.
Just lean back.
What else makes me happy? Mirror's Edge 2 is not going to have any guns. Oh, wait, I mean Mirror's Edge Catalyst, my bad. No guns.
Did we already do that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think we're trying anymore. This is going to be one fucked up episode.
It's on. I don't know. We may have it in our E3 coverage, but we kind of glossed over it real quick. Let's say something about it right now, though. Like,
Catalyst is going to have no guns.
Catalyst is going to have no guns.
Tootleist. I want to call that game Tootleist. I think it should be called Tootleist from now on.
Tootleist.
Mirror's Edge Tootleist.
Codename.
Codename.
Why?
Mecha Geyser.
Just like the way it sounds better? Or?
Yeah, dude, the way it just rolled
I
up
want to play Mirror's
I
Edge
don't know.
Toodles.
I'm glad they're taking up the gunplay in that, though.
No, I've never had any experience with the gunplay.
Yeah, well...
I think I just did like...
you could... Well, not even the enemies have guns now. It is complete, like little shocky batons and melee attacks.
Well, in the
now.
future.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
In the future. In the future, no guns.
where parkour lives.
We hit each other with sticks on rooftops.
And feet.
Like little taser guns.
If only they had a name for this feet fighting.
Parkour
Anyway.
with tasers.
Feet fighting.
What?
I said parkour with tasers.
Oh, I thought you said parkour tasers. I was like, that sounds like Ninja Dinosaurs. I'm down. Okay,
Sequel.
right.
All right. Well, that was
Mirror's
all.
Edge Tootleist.
That was like direct E3 follow-up news. So, last few things I have here. A lot of people pissed off about the collector's edition of Batman Arkham Knight. It was supposed to, the real big, expensive, fancy one that was coming with the Batmobile. They ended up canceling that version
Last fucking minute.
like the last minute. Like that's old news to all you people who are sitting home with empty spaces on your shelves crying right now. But
I know somebody
Wow.
who actually cleared off a part of
Can
their
you
shelf
taste the
for
tears?
yeah, I don't care. I think big dumb collector's editions like that are just that dumb.
that. He says as he sits on his Pip-Boy version and pre-order.
Not getting the Pit-Boy version. I am not getting that.
Did you see that our friend has? I never realized how much the Pip-Boy version cost
I think
until he posted his, hey, I bought it. And I'm like, you spent what?
How much?
120. It's 120.
So I thought it was
I actually
139.
think that's kind of reasonably priced in the grand. I mean, because this Arkham collector's edition was like 200.
Yeah, but that's a Batmobile.
Okay, yeah, but
It's a
like
big wrist bracelet.
it doesn't do anything though.
Huh? It Batmobiles?
Can you drive it?
Huh? You don't need to. It Batmobiles. Okay?
Oh.
Trump song.
Oh, all right. Now that I understand the criteria behind
Yes,
your
I made my
argument.
point. I'm sitting back.
Okay, well, fine. Whatever, though. They canceled it right at the last minute, and they said it was due to unsatisfactory production, like it wasn't meeting their standards or something. Apparently, they had them all made, and then they took a hard look at it and was like, oh, this looks like shit. We can't release this. So to compensate, they made like a bunch of skin packs, like costumes and stuff, like free for everybody and whatnot. I don't know.
Yeah,
Did you try giving us
That's kind of
$200?
mercy.
I don't know. Here's like a skid pack.
Seems like while they were busy worrying about the condition of their pack-in Batmobile toy, they should have been worried about how fucked the PC version of this game is.
Oh, that port.
I
Yeah.
feel like we need like a. This is why we need a MIDI controller because we need
Is
like.
it just like low
sound
frames?
effects.
or-
Dude, it is anything that you can think of, man.
It's busted.
The game can't run at anything other than 30 frames per second unless you go in and modify the INI files in it. It can't. It's.
Oh, but that's always fun though.
No, it isn't.
Well,
Because it
No.
breaks the game more. It's like, yeah.
Well, the game's already fucking broken.
Leave it.
Tyler, believe it or not, most people want to play games, not poke around at source files and
Leave it
shit.
Sorry, that's me. I love doing that.
Let's leave it to Captain
love it.
Doom over there.
Talking about video
Wow, we
game
guys
porn.
gonna go into the game files and make this motherfucker run right.
oh, man.
So all kind of reviews for
But
the.
I agree. You shouldn't have to
No,
doctor.
you shouldn't have to.
Shouldn't have
no.
to.
Like, well,
Go
you've seen the modifications they're saying that you have to make in order to get this game to run.
Uninstall it and buy it on a console.
Right?
No, like they have
Option
stuff that
number
you have to
one.
like turn down.
No,
and-
I haven't seen.
Yeah,
that.
you.
Turn
They're,
off.
they're,
Like,
they're,
I'm kind of
the-
unaware.
The
what's going
things
on
that
with
they're listing, like they changed the recommended minimum specs the day the game launched.
So
Yeah.
what was it?
Well, I mean, that's a huge fucking list.
Like a
I can't
AMD Athlon X2 with, like...
No. I think they were saying that you need, like, a processor of, like, 2 hamsters.
All right, basically what it's coming down to is even though they lowered the minimum specs, it's still, like, a pretty beefy machine required to run this even at minimum specs. Wow. People are pissed. People are very pissed because the console versions of it are getting rave reviews, and it is fine from what I can tell.
Okay, so you're talking like a $1,500 machine, VR.
Let's not. Let's not. A $1,500. I mean, price is like you want to. Yeah. You want it?
I will not partake in this.
Yeah, but no, that's I don't. How are these companies putting these PC ports out this bad? And this is not the first mark on Warner Brothers this year. Mortal Kombat on PC was also super fucked.
Man, I feel like we were just like 1 or 2 episodes ago raving about Warner Brothers, whatever the hell they were doing.
Yeah, well, on consoles they're crushing it, man. But they just can't get their PC game together at all.
Well, this is a general... I'm going to bring up a general topic here. Alright, I know that these game companies are spending a lot of money on their R&D and stuff, make these games look good and all this and that and the other. Are they actually paying people to test these games out like they used to back in the day? You know how there used to be like a whole big list of game testers to test
it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? Because
like,
more and more...
Are they just slapping it out?
More and more we're seeing games like launch broken or have huge day one patches and stuff like that. Like, I wonder what the hell's going on. Like, I mean...
I think they're getting lazy because they're using the technology as an advantage.
I'm not necessarily going to say lazy. It's just money. Like, get it out now and then we'll worry about fixing it later. I am so sick of that.
Because I feel like any game that I buy now, this is the actual beta of this game.
It kind of is.
And then it's like, okay, we're going to slap the actual game in there in an update file. It's going to take you about 30 minutes depending on your internet connection.
Yeah, it kind of
is. 5 gigs later.
They just dropped a 16 gig patch for Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, dear Lord.
16 gigs.
Well, it needed it, though. Did you see how awful a mess that was?
All right, but fine. Whether it needed it or not, man, your patch to fix your game should not be the size of half the game. Like,
definitely not.
That's fucking nuts, man. And you know, what if like your download doesn't go through part of the way through and you have to start all over again? Look at all the internet data that you just burned up. You know?
Oh, definitely. I mean, our Comcast bills, man.
Yeah, like, they're scary. They're scary high.
Well, see, that's why I don't like put my PlayStation on rest mode anymore, because I want to know what the heck it's downloading or what it's doing. You know,
it's patching your games.
It's burning up all of my internet. You know, it's like.
What'd you pull up?
But.
Where I was reading, where you were sitting there saying, like, rushing out these games, man. Arkham Knight's been in development, being in production since, like, Batman Arkham Pile of Shit. Well,
yeah, no, so, yeah, Rocksteady didn't do
so I was
Arkham Origins.
So, well, see, I was trying to figure out, like, I read somewhere, the consensus is people are wondering if a third party handled the port to PC.
They did, right?
But Rocksteady and Warner Brothers are suspiciously quiet about it right now.
Oh, okay. Well, it was a third party that did the Mortal Kombat port.
Yeah,
that's usually the case. So that's what
actually, their mum they haven't specified the studio that's done it.
Oh, it's not.
But that's because we took a massive shit on Other Oceans and.
Oh yeah, we're gonna keep that. We gotta keep our third party outsourced developers under wraps. Those Toasty robot guys are dicks.
No, but what is what's the point of having a third party make your game like that? Is it to cut costs?
It's I mean, obviously the PC versions are not priority. I mean, you see the same thing on like cross-gen games when they come out for like the PS3 and the 360, as well as the PS4 and the Xbox One. The PS3 and 360s are usually handled by a different studio because that isn't the version that they're focused on. That's not the one that's going to be raking in the cash. You know, Arkham Knight is going to do fine on PC theoretically if and when they fucking fix it, but it's not going to come anywhere near the console sales for it.
Well, see,
that's how I play it.
My argument is, if it's a big AAA title that's expected to come out, and you know people are going to buy this.
Yeah,
and I think across all platforms, no matter if it's PC or console, I think it should be completely solid as the same studio.
You'd think so.
But if it's like a run-of-the-mill game that's outsourced by this, Jack Black studio or whatever, just random ass, it's okay.
Oh yeah, Jack Black.
That's what he's been doing.
Odd? Cool.
Like, just a random name, it just Jack Black's awesome.
No,
we're talking
no,
about him
we
earlier, but anyway.
I will chime in on this then. I didn't want to. And I'm sorry we bought this mic, and I'm sorry we had this set up, and I'm sorry that I'm about to cost us everything. No studio is ever going to prioritize a PC port for a game that's coming out on consoles. I spent a very, very, very long time playing PC only. When I met Michael, I was like 6-7 years deep into my PC only phase. I didn't play anything other than my PC. I played PS3, PS4 with Michael for 3 years now. The only difference is sometimes it's not as pretty.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah, it is okay. But that's the problem, is that this whole PC Master Race bullshit, this arrogance that they have, is literally just because, haha, frames?
but I'm not sticking up for the PC Master Race.
I did, though. I do for a lot. I still do stick up for them a lot. Because I love my PC, and I love playing games on PC, but there's not a fucking fight here. It's literally just bullshit over Bloom?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And I mean, this PC port of Batman is particularly egregiously bad. Like running like sub 15 frames per second in Batmobile segments. Pop-in textures. Like it crashes back to desktop like over and over and over. Like.
You sure that's not your graphics card driver just randomly going?
It's having lots of problems with the graphics cards, like NVIDIA and GeForce. Like,
no way!
Yeah, it's
the major ones, not like some kind of off-brand.
Yeah, no, like it's fucked all across the board. I mean, even people paid $60 for this, more. If
a lot of people
one
paid
of the
$90 for this because a lot of people, probably about 50% of the people who bought the game pre-purchased the season pass as well, which brought their total upon pre-purchasing this game to $95.
And now, there's no chance of them getting a Batmobile.
No, that was for collectors. That was just for game and season pass.
Yeah, I know.
It kind of clues me into probably like something around the lines of like a memory leak within the programming itself.
You're diagnosing their problems. No. It's the port. It's the port.
It's just
No. I get what you're saying. You're sort of wondering, but like what he's
right?
pointing out is when Rocksteady started developing the game, they had dev kits for a PS4 and an Xbox One, and they're like, let's squeeze as much out of these two techs as possible to make this game awesome. But now we don't have enough staff, or now we don't have enough people, or now we don't have enough money, or what have you, to handle the PC version, so they farm it out.
Yeah. It seems weird because all these games are made on PCs anyways, Like, if it ran there in development, why the hell doesn't it run there in the final product?
Yeah, didn't they
I never understood that. I mean, I'm not, like, a fucking technical whiz with stuff like that, but, like, if you need a PC to make this game in the first place, shouldn't you know if it's going to run there or not?
This is the first time on this podcast that I've been genuinely sad we don't have a big audience, because I would love to see just the flash flood of people pissed off at Michael right now. Let me explain it to you, fucking moron!
Well, damn.
No, like when they farm out their dev kit, when they shop out their dev kits and stuff like that, the hardware guys, it runs through the system, but it's still based off of the drivers and shit like that.
I mean, I get it.
I had the same question once until a Mortal Kombat game had a behind-the-scenes shit, and I'm like, oh, that's what they do. But I thought the same thing. But yeah.
It seems crazy to me that you'd have to wait until the game shipped before you were like, oh fuck, it doesn't work. Like,
yeah, like there's not testers on the port side. Yeah.
That's a huge problem. That is a huge problem.
I guess for the PC Master Race, expect all your games to be broken. Partly.
No, we can't say that.
No.
Well,
we are now blanketly generalizing.
If they're going through a third party.
I mean, I'll say this though. I mean, you do. I mean, it's a lot more of a problem. Like, there's something to be said about being able to just buy a disc, throw it in a console, and it just works. You don't have to worry about going in and modifying files, or if your graphics card is up to date, or if you've got the right drivers or anything like that. I mean, the barrier to entry to play PC games is a little bit higher. Like, it always has been, and it always will be.
To simplify, I will play our Kanye West. Big budget companies, AAA companies don't like PC people. They don't care about PC people.
No, see, that's the thing is people aren't taking into consideration the PC or the console ports of PC games. Like, that was like a big fucking harangue for a while there, like, especially with the 360, PS3, stuff like that. If we were getting something that first came out on the PC or what have you, sometimes you'd be getting a glitchy game. Sometimes you'd be getting something that would have an issue, especially if it was farmed out to a third party port.
I don't mind a glitchy game. I don't mind a kind of broken game. I play those games. Those games are called Skyrim. Those are called Dark Souls. Those games.
I mean, don't you guys miss
like,
the...
those were...
My problem is the fact that I feel, I guess I'm going to go back on literally everything I just said, but I feel like one of the main reasons why I do prefer buying my games on consoles right now is because these big budget games, like, I'm fine. I like the Batman games. Fine, I'll play them. I'll play it one time. I'll maybe play it twice. I feel like I'm backed into a corner right now that I can't trust myself to buy a game on PC because I'm not going to get the product I'm paying for. Like, there is a fucking massive risk factor in me buying Batman on PC when I know that I can just go spend $60 on a console, get the game I'm waiting for, play it, and put it down. Whereas with my PC version, I'll spend $60. It's a broken fucking mess. I don't get to play it for like 3 months till after it comes out. And then my interest in the game is waned so far. It's all like, well, fuck, I'm already invested in something else now. I'll get to it eventually. I don't have the money to
Candy Crush.
No,
like,
that's
I don't have the money. I don't have the money to risk that mistake. I don't have the money to spend $60 on a big budget PC game.
I've noticed it being a little more of a problem when you have these day and date PC releases, because in the past, that wasn't always the case. You know, consoles would come out first, and then it'd be a couple of weeks later, or maybe a month or so, then you would get the PC version. And I don't remember there being as much problem.
Oh yeah,
then, you know? Okay, yeah. Now, like, there's been this big push for, you know, the PC version come out at the same time, and then there's definitely precedence for the PC version coming out day and date with the console versions and being way better. Like, Sleeping Dogs is a good example of that. PC version of Sleeping Dogs is fan-fucking-tastic, and like a lot of Bethesda games, you know, you want the PC versions for sure, and all that stuff hits day and date, and there's not a problem. It's just these primarily console-focused developers just have a hard time with these PC ports, and I mean, it could be any number of reasons of why it is a problem, but they need to take a step back and really look at it and figure out what it is, because the PC guys are getting fucked really unfairly now, and it's a problem. It is a big problem. I mean, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. I mean, I don't really know what else to say on it other than fucking get your shit together, Rocksteady. Goddamn.
Did you hear about all the Easter eggs that they dropped in Arkham
Superman?
All the Superman stuff? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really hope they're making a Superman game. Is that
no. I'm not building up false hopes for this. This is no Agent.
right. Yeah. There's all kind of spoilers.
We're not going to talk about Agent.
And it's funny. It's like nobody here has played Arkham Knight, but we're going to spoil a whole bunch of shit about it right now. But yeah, all kind of cool.
Batman wins. Duh.
Oh yeah.
The surprising turns into Superman.
So this is the last Batman game that Rocksteady is going to make. They've been very vocal about saying that. But this does not mean that it's the last, you know, DC superhero game they're going to make. You know, the rumored Justice League game could potentially be on the horizon now, and all these little Superman Easter eggs in here kind of point to that as a possibility.
Especially with the movie?
You know?
Because Batman is eld, and Superman is not so much. I just wanted to keep the octave going. That's all I was going for.
You're doing a pretty good job.
Thanks, man. But, yeah, that's like the way everything's going with Dawn of Justice. That's kind of the feel. Like, why not? They could have heard this show. Not this one specifically, but the one prior where we talked about, like, yeah, they did, like, the younger Superman, the learning to super and man.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, that was my brilliant idea.
See, and I'm thinking that's a workable idea. I'd play that game.
Totally.
Especially if he's all, like, moody and morose. Would you watch me play that game?
I'm not even asking for money for that idea. They can totally have that idea straight up. I don't even want to get paid for it. I just want to play that fucking game, man.
I want the money for my Need for Speed idea.
Slim Jim and Honey Bun.
Just put my name in the credits.
We work for donuts or peanuts.
pimp our podcast. That would be awesome.
Oh, right.
All right, so moving on. I was after E3. They put up pre-orders on the PlayStation Store for pretty much every game that they announced. And just a real quick thing, I saw that the new Ratchet and Clank game was up on the store for pre-order at a $39.99 price point.
That's old.
That's awesome.
Because
That's
PS2
affordable.
prices, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
It had a pretty big headline under it that said, because nobody's going to pay full price for this bullshit.
That's fucked up, man.
Why would you do that?
Because it hurt his feelings, and he got to insult Legend of Zelda, and everybody could suck it up.
Yeah, but some of
That
them
kind of
do
hurts my
suck.
feelings, too.
So Ratchet 3 sucked.
What? No.
Oh.
What?
What? I can't. I
A
have to
house
close my ears
divided.
right now.
Ratchet 3 is like one of the best ones.
I'm not thinking Ratchet 3. What's the one we played on my birthday?
I'm going to hold my tongue.
That was like Ratchet 11, dude.
What's it?
Rest for booty or something.
No, All for One.
Oh, we're playing All for One.
Yeah, that's literally like the 11th one.
It's too much. It's too many games. It's too many
Would you say it was over?
Over what?
Oversaturation.
No, that only applies to Star Wars.
What?
It's been long enough since a Ratchet and Clank game that they can make another Ratchet and Clank game. It's not been, it was like, 45 minutes ago since they announced their last Star Wars game?
God damn it.
Really?
No, you're sort of right. You're sort of right.
And he's gonna have the card game. He's gonna be like, I can't wait to Hearthstone this shit. May the Force be with me.
So the only other bit of news that I have was that the rumored 1 terabyte PS4, whatever, rumored or not, was officially announced.
Was it?
Yeah. Not for our territory yet.
We're still boned.
Yeah. But
I'm
they're
not
calling
going to buy a new one.
They're calling it like the ultimate gamer edition or something like that. I don't know, but it's
Mecha Geyser.
$400, which means we're probably going to see price parity with what they're doing with the Xbox One now. So
it means I was ripped off the first time. Because
Well,
they could have sold my 1 terabyte with the same price.
No, you weren't ripped off. That's just early adopter woes, man. That's what happens. This is the way it goes.
Is that how we're going to talk about this? Because I want to talk about some early adopter woes. I have a completely different early adopter woes to bitch about.
I have no problem buying a terabyte drive off of the internet and slapping it in my place.
Yeah, well,
This is-
And plus, I have an
that's
extra
big-
hard drive laying around. You
That's
know?
bitten us in the ass before, like on the PS3. That kind
This
of.
guy.
Who?
Tyler, I have
He's
no
just
problem.
prolonging.
I mean,
the-
I don't. I really don't.
This is-
I
I have
is
no
more-
problem making my shit technologically superior.
I
to all
love
you
my
plebeians.
PlayStation. It needs an upgrade. Yeah, I'm gonna slap it in there.
This
I know
is
you
more
can
for
tell me
people
all you
who
want,
don't
but-
have one already, though. I mean, it's not.
You
Good
fucking
value
amateurs.
proposition for
We're
them.
not
Who
hard-
doesn't have one already? Oh, that's right. The guy who waited.
I mean, good proposition for
And
new
man,
people,
you benefit fucking hugely from this. That's
I have
I get a
one.
pet doggy bird thingy. That jumps gaps for me because I tell him to.
We all get that.
Next year.
We all have to wait years for that.
Yeah,
Alright,
but now
what
I don't
can
have to
say?
now I don't have to juggle space around to put it on there.
so that's all I had for news. Did you have anything
You know
else,
what,
Tony,
though?
that you wanted
I still have plenty of room on mine.
to bring up?
Oh, the 1 terabyte Xbox makes car noises now.
Oh right, yeah, the
Forza.
the Forza 6 one.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. A blue Xbox.
No. Have you ever experienced the red ring
Well,
Yeah.
on the old 360 or
no.
anything
No,
like that?
I was lucky
Oh,
enough.
man, that
to-
was-
Well, no, you
Actually,
had a
well-
PS3. I get
No,
it.
I had a 360.
Okay.
I did,
Okay.
but it never. I sold it before it crapped out on me.
So you were like, you will betray me. So I will betray you
It
first.
already betrayed me by not having any games on it I wanted to play.
Oh, wicked burn, Bill.
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
Come after me, motherfucker! I dare you.
no, I've had this experience once. And not sure if anybody's ever driven like an 84 Plymouth Velar. But like, that's the sound it emits. And I'm like, they already have Xboxes. They make car noises. It's called a red ring, bitch. I mean,
I've driven that car.
have you? So you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, my dealership used to be a Plymouth dealership too.
Yeah, back before they got rid of them because Plymouth.
Yeah, but we used to take them on trade-ins. It was
So,
I've driven that car.
so Plymouth's Red Ring? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so like the Forza now
Was it supposed to sound like a Formula 1 car or something? You know, like,
Yeah, the Pontiac actually on Firebird. That whole joke. I mean,
yeah, it sounds like a lawnmower cranking up when the disc spins in some of those older 360s.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. They already
even your PS1, man. Remember the PS1 days when you
my PS1, I had to turn it upside down to play a game to like.
So I had to shim it, and I actually had to put something in there to keep the lens on track.
I used to
shim the lid.
I used to stick a wad of Play-Doh inside the where the disc cover would go down, so I could play it with the disc cover open to help ventilate it. And I don't know, a wad of Play-Doh is what my brilliant 14-year-old mind decided.
I'm gonna science the shit out of this PlayStation.
No, did it seriously help it?
Well, I mean, it kept the door open until the Play-Doh dried out, and then Play-Doh flakes fell down into the PlayStation.
It did not help it.
Yeah, it worked good.
I used to have to wrap mine in a crucifix to stop the muffled screams of agonized souls that were trapped in it. You know, all the noises that it made.
What was it really noisy? Are you talking about the big gray one? Talk about the white one.
The original PlayStation?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the big gray. I like how you said the big fucking gray PlayStation.
Because that's the one I had.
That thing was a fucking tank, man.
Yeah, and it was like.
Oh yeah, it was loud. It wasn't as loud as a Dreamcast was, but it got loud. It got loud eventually. But
God, that Dreamcast! I think out of all the systems that
the Dreamcast was loud, brand new. That wasn't it.
It came with a pillow out of the box. Like you opened the Dreamcast box, got your system out, and it came with a pillow so you could
soften the noise.
Really?
Suffocate the Sega.
That joke would have worked better in a visual medium. Now I'm going to have to do a radio show play-by-play. He smothers the Dreamcast.
If they don't pick up on that joke audibly, I don't want them listening to this podcast.
What?
If they don't hear it and be like, he's probably smothering something with a pillow right now. I'll be like,
I could hear his phone intensity.
Else to get their information. I want them gone.
Make the shh noise.
If you don't get the joke, please continue listening. We really need the viewers. Shut the fuck up, Adam.
It's okay. We'll always have your mom.
Yeah,
we'll never have 0 viewers.
You're right. Wow. All right. Well, we're coming up on about an hour and a half here, so we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, something a little more personal. Toasty Robot out.